Yeah, he's not aggroed, but he's angry.
Now he's getting angry.
Yeah. Are you getting the
Well, I had
scan
to
there?
get stupidly close to scan him.
I got
I am offering this disclaimer to remind you this video series is not meant for children. Hello everyone, good morning, good evening, whatever you may be. My name is Ndub, and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. Tonight is a bit of a red letter day. The tapping you hear in the background, I believe, is the original Bastard, and Commander Okayan and I are going to be hunting
Okay.
thargoids.
Yeah, I just love trying to I love trying to say that word.
Oh, Cyclopsolyps. Well, whatever.
I actually made Dave Pearson stumble over that on the show a couple Thursdays ago, which I was pretty pretty pleased about. That's a man with a nimble tongue for language.
Fair enough. So I have started recording. Do you have anything you'd like to say to YouTube tonight? Bear in mind,
I like to say something.
Bear in mind, this will go up into YouTube in like 1 to 2 business days.
Well, I'm going to preface this the way I preface pretty much anything that involves me with, I apologize in advance. That's all I'm going to say. It's kind of a blanket thing.
Just that was a ship that just popped in.
I should ask, is this supposed to be a family-friendly stream?
Stream? No.
Or
also,
not stream, but
no,
recording?
Not family-friendly. I don't want to risk Copa at all.
Excellent. Excellent.
Just don't do anything too crazy that gets the lords of YouTube pissed off even more than usual. Like, I do not want to get an email from YouTube customer support, because emails usually mean between channel demonetization and channel deletion.
I asked him the same thing the first time we winged up for one of his things.
I'm reasonably tame,
I can't remember.
but my language is not always...
Were we fighting a war? I think that might have been the war in Hill Pass Sea.
Maybe? Or the when we went mining? One of those.
Oh, right. That's when you taught me how to mine void opals. And low temperature diamonds.
Yeah, I think that might have been the first one. Yeah. And I was way too, yeah. When we did the Thargoid machine night, I'm like, I was way too busy to even think about my
that was so much fun.
That was cool. Yeah. I think I'm going to do that again.
I still kind of think
probably next week.
I still kind of think that poking that machine is what actually got the Thargoids to start showing up again.
Sir, are you aware that your landing gear is down?
No. No, I was not aware of that.
Oop.
All right, I'm just looking at your loadout here, and so full Guardian plasma charger. All right.
That's what I have unlocked.
That's gonna pack a punch.
That'll eat a distributor.
That too.
Plasma charger. You know, I have not used those against a Cyclops.
They're like railguns, only plasma.
You mean plasma accelerators? They're kind of like plasma. I mean, I've used them. I just haven't used them against the Cyclops.
I mean, they're like plasma accelerators, only they've got the railgun mechanic.
Yeah.
I have shot stuff with them before.
Yeah, I mean, in range, they do a hell of a lot of damage. It is very hard to snipe the hearts with. That is, I will warn you about that. Which is fine. You know, we'll just work around that.
Riddle me this, Batman. Have you fought an interceptor before?
That is a negative. This is the first time I've poked thargoids. I mean, aside from the thargoid machine.
So, my question to you is, do you want to multi-crew into someone's ship and kind of get stepped through it before taking it on your own with your ship?
I mean, I've got 2 billion credits from skimmer missions that I haven't touched in ages.
That's the spirit.
Well, I was just thinking more from a, hey, you know, watch, rather than trying to be talked through the process, you could actually talk through and watch the process.
Although that wouldn't be a bad idea. I do kind of learn a bit better from seeing and doing than just being talked at it.
In which case, I'm happy to host, or, you know, I'm just in a dropship. I can change to a, my crate has actual fighters. If you could also launch and play around with one of those, but,
that wouldn't
or
hurt.
I can just follow along and provide cover, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, and I've got my
sounds fun.
support ship too with some Healy beams and, you know, repair gear, so I could drop into that, and you guys could sort of take the lead on the offense.
So the one thing about the Healy beams is we can't, if we have multi-crew, we can't be in a wing, so the Healy beams only.
Right. If you were multi-crew, yeah. If we were just going to go in as 3 separate
Okay, that's a good
ships, yeah, whatever you want to do. But you know, I figured, yeah.
Hey, we're here for you. I'm here as like a, I'm just a gopher. I'm a spare hard points. Do with me what you will. I'm not eager to face a rebuy. Which I probably won't.
I think but you've got far more experience and knowledge than I, so I consider us a team at this point.
Yes.
What I'm kind of thinking is I follow and watch what you're doing, and then attempt to assist where I can. How's that sound?
Okay.
Yeah, I think that works fine. Yeah. Well, should we wing up?
Yes.
Okay. There are some lingering bugs that do crop up more often when we're wing, but yeah, but I mean for the credits we should wing up, I guess, right? Minimally.
I mean, just as long as we don't accidentally create an invincible Thargoid, I think we'll be good.
Well, the good news is we can always leave the fight.
Yes.
Well, I mean, you guys can. I'm not that fast, but... Okay, let's see. And wing beacon is on.
That is an affirm.
Yes, wing beacon, and let's pick. Someone should sort of be the lead for picking the signal source, since and we'll navlock onto whoever that is, so we all drop into the same one.
Okay. Well, why don't we? You know, we can all just
that
hop
has
out.
the most experience.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter. I'll be the non-human signal source picker, because we'll all get. Apparently, we each get an individual set of NHSSs that the others cannot see. So if we don't navlock, yeah, it's hard to drop into the same one.
Noted.
So let me throw up a wing beacon here. So beacon is on. And just to give you sort of well, maybe OB and I should go through and sort of compare our approach before we jump in anyway, and kind of go through.
Okay.
So, I mean, so I usually just drop in. Do you have a scanner?
Yes, I did pick up a scanner.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So you do the scan. And I usually, I wait till the scan comes through when I do have a scanner, and then let the critter back off about a kilometer, and then start my first run. You know, pound the crap out of them, take the heart out. I leave the swarm to deal with after I take the first heart. Is that pretty much how you go, or do you go swarm first?
Well, so I'm for a Cyclops, I definitely go for the heart first, deal with the swarm, deal with the second swarm, and then get back into the heart swarm pattern. For anything bigger, you're gonna want to take out the swarm first.
Right.
Why do your drives sound like they're gonna explode?
What? Say it again?
Your drives sound like they're going to explode.
Well, yes.
That explains things.
What were you pushing there?
I could hear his FSD drive. I
had it charged up.
I was close in, and I could hear the FSD drive whining, wanting to make the jump.
So,
okay, yeah. So since we're in a wing, do you wanna just do somebody handles? So that's one thing that makes it a little harder to sort of teach this in a group setting. Like, there's very different strategies for solo versus kind of wing, at least that I've experienced.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if we're going in as a wing, you want to just kind of rough and slough off the interceptor and the swarm. So whoever the swarm targets takes out the swarm. Other one stays on the interceptor. You know, if we need to shift aggro, we can do that.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
So, if you don't mind me, I'm going to jump in with kind of the solo, the kind of the order of a solo Thargoid fight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, if you're fighting, I'll start with the Cyclops, with the acknowledgement that with a Basilisk come up, it really is swarm heart, swarm heart, swarm heart, swarm heart. Once you start a Thargoid fight, you basically have a finite amount of time to finish it, because after a certain number of minutes, and I think it varies slightly by size, the Thargoid gets really pissed off and kind of turns into something you really don't want to be fighting. Not unrecoverable, but that's just something to remember. So the fight goes something like: you take out a heart, you fight the swarm, and so you take out a heart, flight assist off, boost past the Thargoid. Sometimes helpful if you burn a heat sink. I hope you brought a bunch.
Yes,
the Thargoids can't have real trouble targeting you if your flight assist off and if your heat is below 25%, I want to say. So if you're doing a close pass and you want to take less damage, pop a heat sink, and they won't be able to target you and track you as well. So take out a heart, flight assist off, boost past the Thargoid. Keep boosting. Full pips to engine and systems, generally favoring systems for shield strength if they're up. But basically, the goal is to be moving away from the Thargoid and have to make it turn in order to catch you. Thargoids are pretty fast in a straight line. They are pretty slow when it comes to turning. So you've boosted past the Thargoid. You're going maximum speed, flight assist off. At that point, you turn your ship over. So you're basically flying backwards, zero your throttle. You're flying backwards, facing the Thargoid. The swarm will fly toward you, and you use your flak launcher. You kind of target where the swarm's going to be. You hold down your flak launcher. It's going to fly out there, and eventually it'll turn into a solid ring. It'll go beep beep or something like that, and then you release and you take out some portion of the swarm. That takes a little bit of practice figuring out where to launch versus where the yellow dot or yellow circle and where the swarm is. Once you've destroyed the swarm, the Thargoid's panic shield, which they toss up a few seconds after you take out a heart, will dissipate over time. There's a timer. It varies by size. I don't have the numbers in front of me. But basically, if you can wait it out so that their shield will disappear. It'll wear off. At that point, you go for your next run. You close. If you're good with flight assist off, you can orbit, or you can just basically shoot at it and kind of dodge until you get the heart to emerge. Then you basically just manually shoot at the heart. I think you can sub-target it if you want. I've never really been good at that part. Until you destroy the heart, at which point you repeat the process. Flight assist off, boost past the Thargoid, burn a heatsink if you have to, and reverse take out the swarm. Up until the last heart. Now a Thargoid Cyclops has 5 hearts, so the damage will go down, 180, 60, 40, 20. Once you get down to 20, they don't have a heart left. So once their shield is down, any damage they take, permanent damage, and it only takes a handful of gust shots to really drop them. Does that make sense?
It's clear as mud.
Yeah, it's a hard, I guess, I've heard people talk about Thargoid combat as sort of like Elite Dangerous's version of a boss fight, and like a lot of the boss fight mechanics in other games, it's a pretty complex what do you want to say, sort of multi-stage battle, and the interceptors have a whole bunch of weapons at their disposal, kind of much more so than like a typical NPC, pirate. So it adds a whole lot of layers of not uncertainty, because they're very mechanistic. They're like their attack and response mechanisms are almost on timers, so you can kind of learn to anticipate them if you know the timing, but it takes a while to really get a feel for it, to sort of fully integrate it into your strategy.
It's predictable but complicated.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, but the sort of the primary logic is all interceptors can essentially self-heal because they have these heart features, these heart modules, basically, and so the idea is you can't really kill them, with one sort of exception. In order to kill them, you have to overcome their ability to regenerate, and the best way to do that, if you're doing solo, is to take out the hearts, which are sort of the source of their regenerative ability. So the way I've heard it described is you pound the thing hard enough that you trigger its regen function. That makes the heart vulnerable, and that's when they say, okay, the heart is exerted. It's it's visible at the surface, so it can be shot. And then you can engage and target directly the heart as a sub-target, module, essentially. And you take out the heart, then it reacts, and each heart you take out, as Obi was saying, it throws another weapon into its active arsenal. So after the first heart, it'll start throwing this yellow lightning about a kilometer distant if you get too close, if you get within a kilometer. I think the second heart, it starts firing caustic missiles. The third heart, it fires the ECM pulse, the shutdown field, and then thankfully nothing else comes after the fourth heart, because then its regenerative ability has been completely washed out, and you can just shoot the crap out of it and it can't heal anymore.
So the thing about the shutdown field is you can use, if you get the warning in time, which sometimes is a little flaky in a wing, you'll hear energy surge detected, and depending on you have to time it right, but then you kind of launch, or you fire off your shutdown field neutralizer, and then you and friends in a certain amount of space will be protected from the shutdown field. That's a nice utility slot and eats up your capacitor. An alternative strategy is to just, and part of the reason we do flight assist off is that if it gets triggered and you are flying flight assist off, you will just keep flying, and then the Thargoid will actually have to chase you to hit you. Makes it a little harder.
Makes sense.
Also, after for Cyclops, after you take out the third heart, it will fire off the shutdown field neutralizer, or the shutdown field, unless you are more than 5 kilometers away when that trigger comes, and then it will not. And
okay.
that's one of those things, like, if you know that, you're good. And so I don't even bother carrying one, because it takes up the utility slot, and
and then at the time you don't always get as I say, you don't always get the warning, so it's very hard to get the timing correct. But yeah, and so I'm glad you thought to mention that, because I think that's the strategy I assume we're going to take, is once we've taken out the third heart, we'll call third heart is down, and then the reaction is going to be turn away from the interceptor, boost, flight assist off, and we'll see what happens. It'll probably pulse, we'll probably get shut down, and then once we start it back up again, we'll regroup and finish them off. That should be the only time that the pulse hits. It should just be that third heart. Sometimes it's a little quirky, but...
So I've got a threat 5, 13 million meters away, and I'm right by you guys. If you want me to drop in, I can check it out, and then you can drop it on me if you want.
Yeah, sure. That sounds great.
Threat 5 is a...
Well, it can be a Cyclops, or it can be a bunch of scouts, or sometimes it's empty. Because, but yeah, generally, threat 5 is going to be scouts, or threat 5 is going to be a Cyclops, 6 is a Basilisk, 7 is a Medusa, 8 is a, what's the other one? The really big one?
It could be yep, dropped with you.
This is scout. Nope, well, don't hang out because it's scouts.
Everybody run, run, run.
Not a fight we're interested in.
No, I didn't drop. Even though I was right on your tail, basically.
Well, you didn't miss much.
Okay.
What's above a Medusa? It's a
Hydra.
Hydra. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Did
now,
they
there's
ever
also the
figure out what that one thargoid that was seen flying away from Palin's place after it got destroyed was?
No, right around that time is when I've stopped giving a shit about this.
I only heard part of that, but I can infer the rest.
Right, the Orthrus, yeah, it disappeared fairly quickly after it got blown up by Commander Tato Chip.
Oh, Tater actually managed to kill it?
He did, yep.
I almost slammed into the ring just now.
10 out of 10 commanders advise against that. Okay, so I don't have anything else nearby. That's
yeah, I'm just looking here. I've got an 8. maybe that's not a good place to start at.
I have a threat 5 28 million meters away.
Okay.
Let's do that. Alright, nav locked.
I do have my beacon on. Million meters, megameters, whatever.
Mugameters.
That works too. That is a thargoid.
Alright, dropping in.
the big flowery looking thing.
Yes.
All right, you gonna do the honors and get the scan?
Yeah.
I'm trying to scan it. Apparently.
Oh, he's already pissed off.
No, he's not. No, he's not. He's not pissed. He's just got his things out.
Right. Yeah.
He'll turn red.
Right. Yeah. He's not aggroed, but he's angry.
Now he's getting angry.
Yeah. Are you getting?
Well, I had to get stupidly close to scan him.
I got a scan.
Yep, we got it. So if before you start shooting, if you look NW in your targeting on your left-hand panel,
Yep.
you'll be able
Cyclops
to see, you can target. Yep, and you'll be able to. Oh, guess we
okay.
should start.
He started shooting at me. So I'm gonna take the first shot, unless you guys want to.
Hearts out. Hearts down. Let's get out of here.
Flight assist off, boost. And now the swarm is going to chase somebody.
Yeah, let's keep an eye on who gets the swarm here. You doing okay, N-Dub?
Yeah.
I think the swarm's going after you.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think the Thargoid is
chasing
too,
me?
so I'm gonna... No.
I've got him at about 3 kilometers, so he's probably on me.
Yeah, everything's on you. You know, and I'm gonna be honest. How do you pronounce it? Is it Okayan?
Yeah, but just Oki. Oki's fine.
Oki. Okay. I'm sorry. I should know that. But...
So if you see N-Dub, the Goid in the hologram on your HUD has a shield up around it. That's the panic shield, and it's kind of slowly degrading.
No, I don't, because I drifted about 15 kilometers away, and I'm at full burn and I cannot catch up.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll reverse and get him back close to you.
Yeah. So Cyclops, I think they all travel about 450 meters per second, except the Basilisk, which does 530. My top speed is 450 BTW, which I only touched for a moment. Okay, yeah, you got him turned around.
I take that back. I wasn't at full burn. I had 2 more pips that I could put into engines.
It's trying to do a little bit of damage to the swarm. Okay, so swarm's still out. Anybody on the swarm?
Not pissed off at me.
I just flew right through him.
If I can get it.
I see that. I'm on the swarm.
Okay. I may go piss off the Thargoid unless anyone has any real objections. Well, no. Let's focus on the swarm. We have a couple more minutes before it gets really nasty around here.
I wasn't paying attention. He got me with the yellow lightning.
Here comes more yellow lightning. Nope. Okay, you got out of range.
Okay, looks like swarm's down. Oh, nope, we got a new one out.
Yep. Because he launched. We have two to deal with.
Yeah.
But we probably need to engage him sooner rather than later.
Yeah. Sounds like a good plan.
So we close and take our shots. Cards out. Cards down. That's not down. Oh, come on. Nice shot.
And hearts down.
Boost away. Caustic missiles are out. Fly away from the Thargoid.
Anybody have any eyes on the swarm?
I don't see a swarm.
I don't either.
It should. The old one might have gone away. Sometimes they'll turn to missiles.
But know who the
I see a new
interceptor is
swarm,
on?
and I see a missile chasing after me.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like he's targeting end up there. I think you've got the swarm, OB.
Yeah.
If you need me to pull aggro off of you, let me know. There, end up.
Nah, the
Looks like you're
missile
holding
went
distance
away
pretty
actually.
well. This is also a great time if you need to synth heat sinks or, you know, ammo or whatever. This kind of float period is pretty good. This is good. We're hanging pretty close together.
Okay. Swarm is
Any sign
down.
of the swarm? Oh, nice. Cool.
At least that one. We'll see if he launches another. Otherwise, his shield is either down or low.
Yep, it's down.
Hey, nice hit. Nice hit with that plasma.
I've been practicing with plasmas.
So, hearts out.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
Alright, that's third heart, so we're looking at the pulse coming.
Yep.
Boost and FA off. I got a caustic coming, no pulse yet. Oh, there's the
I
pulse.
saw a pulse and I think I got away from it.
Nope. It has a virtually infinite range. Near enough it makes no difference.
Are you still up and running there, end up?
Yeah, I'm still operational, but I'm like 20 kilometers away.
Ah, yeah, nice. Alright, well let's we'll wait this out and
They might be on me, but I'm cruising 0 heat. Oh, here we go. And back
yep,
up.
coming back up. Anybody see the Goid?
I can see it, it's off by original.
Yep, I got it. I'm about 30 kilometers from UOB.
I'm not sure who that missile was aimed at, but it just flew right past me. Honestly, the missile seemed a little drunk, so maybe. Wait, is Naughty flying it?
Swarm's down.
Yeah, I'm still 25 kilometers from UOB. If you can pull him my way.
Oh, yep, we're already on it.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, closing fast.
So you should be clear to engage. Looks like you've already got a heart out. Nice shot.
Yeah, that was way
Yeah, those
off.
plasmas pack a wallop.
Yeah, the hard part's going to be hitting the heart once it's out. Heart went back in. Heart's out. He shielded again. That's interesting. That is not a normal behavior.
He's not shielded for me.
No, he's not shielded for me anymore either. Oh, boost up. Flies us off and boost. Hearts down.
Now there's no additional special attack, so we're basically just waiting for the
Roster missiles out.
For the shield to.
And there are enough of us that we really could just go in and shoot.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I don't know if you saw Endo, but his health was down to 20%.
Yeah.
So he's now completely vulnerable. He won't be able to regenerate.
Yeah, I don't think I could solo this with my skill set just yet.
I think you'd also have a hard time not having to joust cannons. Oh, Storm's out.
I'm on it. Well, we should just kill him, right?
Yeah.
Shields aren't down just yet.
Just about. Should we unload?
He's down.
One shot from Endo there.
And watch
then,
out for the Caustic Cloud.
Yep, we want to move away from the kill site immediately because they pack a wicked caustic cloud.
Up away from the thargoid. And hey, that's a 2 million credit combat bond. Should have all gotten, right?
Yep, came through.
2 million?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you get
check your.
That is indeed 2 million.
It's a fast way to make money if you've got a wing. I mean, literally, with the right group, you can almost just insta-give them. But
oh crap!
Hey,
I flew into the caustic.
Oh,
so you have,
do you have?
now you have a couple of options.
This is a great teaching moment.
Do you have any decontamination methods?
That is a negative.
Or do we go fish? Okay, so go fish. So you can fly back to the station, or if you activate silent running and fire off some of your weapons,
and cook off the caustic, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's about 180%.
I think I can make it to the station.
Oh,
No, I wouldn't risk it. It's a really powerful caustic. You will see a rapid decline.
Well, I think I will.
And now I'm being hunted by a pirate. What the hell?
I think they can smell the caustic on you, and they just know it's a good time to pounce. Oh, just crashed.
That's awesome.
You did? Oh, off the game or into the ring?
Game crash. Yeah, no.
Oh, that ain't good.
Game crash, not ship crash. At least it wasn't during the fight. I hate that part.
Yeah, that
Missed
doesn't
the
sound
bounty.
fun.
Okay, I'm back at the station.
I'm at 75 hull and back at the station.
Yeah, as soon as you dock, it'll clean off.
They have good
So where did-
decon systems here, apparently.
Well, do you remember what your hull started with when you first hit the caustic?
Like 80. Or maybe 90s.
well. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was 90, but yeah, it's pretty potent stuff. It's way worse than the Scout missile caustic.
I made the mistake once on my first Basilisk solo kill. Like I took a screen. I'm like, oh, get a bunch of screenshots. I parked. I went over to Discord, like, hey, onto the XI channel, like, hey, I got this. Blah 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 blah. Chatting it up.
Oh no.
Came back to the screen because it was in VR, so I couldn't see. I'm like, oh, 4% health.
Oh god.
Burn off the caustic because it actually expands. Like the caustic cloud expands. And so it got me when I was what I thought was a safe distance away. So yeah, I managed to burn off and land with like 2% health. It was a bad day. Well, no, it was a good day because I got my first Basilisk kill.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
That
you walked away
insane.
without melting.
Yeah, you know what they call almost dying?
A payday?
Winning?
They call it not dying. So that was a good fight. I'm going to step away from the computer for a moment. I'll be back in just a bit, okay?
Sounds good. I'll hopefully get back to the station this time.
Okay.
Sounds good to me. And I think I'm going to bring it to a close for this episode of EDR on this one. Because I've gotten to see some combat. I've gotten to see a Thargoid die. And I helped significantly. Or, well, I helped.
You killed the Thargoid.
I'm helping.
No, I'm just saying you got the killing shot.
True, but without you guys, I would have had no idea what I was doing.
No, granted, we all got there, but, to put an exclamation point on it.
Well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching. Feel free to like,
get a wing invite,
comment, and subscribe, and click that little bell for notifications to
Absolutely.
join me in my eternal crusade against YouTube and its sorting
algorithms. Are you still winged
algorithms.
up with OB there, N-Dub?
That is an A-firm. I am still winged up with him. Who am I tossing the wing invite to?
Can you hit myself and retired Navy? I just got booted out of the game, Navy, so I'm getting back into the wing myself.
Copy that. I just tossed retired Navy an invite. And I'm not seeing you. Do I not have you on my friends list on Shadowstalker?
May not. Hang on, I'll be in the station in a sec.
Copy that. Anyway, as I was saying, and hopefully I will see
Where
you
is
all
N-Dub right now?
in the...
Oh, he's mugging, isn't he?
I'm like 200, nah, not 200 light years away from Sol, like 150 light years away from Sol right now with a half full hold of mugs.